Hello, welcome back. I am going to be working on the 61 today for a little bit. I'm just going to try to get some stuff. I still have not done that, and I know that's something that I've said I was going to do. But anyway, I got inside here and I'm going to try to figure out this ignition a little bit, see if I can come up with how to get this thing to, I need a paper clip so I can get that out of there so I can get the ignition. I want to get that ignition out and see what I need for wiring, and then I gotta try to figure out the wiring for this plug for the ignition and see how that needs to be hooked up to that. And I need to look through here and see what I got in the way of grounds, anything else that needs to be grounded, and just try to hook up some of the stuff that I need to hook up. So that's what I've got going today. It's probably going to be a short video, pretty boring again, like it has been lately, I guess. But that's the way it is. Trying to plug away at this truck right now. I don't know why, but I'm having a hard time plugging away at this truck right now. But I'm gonna get after it. Pull that ignition apart. Try to figure out what I got to do to get the ignition from the Crown Vic to wire up to the ignition for the 61. And I can already see I got some ground wires over there that need to be grounded, so I'll have to figure out a place to ground them, get those things grounded. As I understand, if you try to fire one of these up with a ground not grounded, typically it won't go. So I'm hoping to have success when I do try to start it, and I had hoped that I would have already had it started already, but I haven't. Anyway, I got a light in here. I just did that because it's kind of dark. But let me see if I can find a paper clip that I can put in there and get that ignition switch pulled out and go from there. Alright, I got a paper clip, and so if nothing else, this will be a video of how to get the tumbler out of the ignition on an old F100. So just because I'm pulling it apart, I might as well show you how to pull it apart in case you don't know how to pull it apart. You got to have the key. Put the key in the ignition. You're going to turn it backwards to accessory. You're going to take your average ordinary paper clip. Try to hold the camera so that you're not going to drop. You want to bend it out about like so. There's a little hole right here. You can put that in the hole, push in, and then turn that, keep going the opposite direction, and then it'll pop right out. That easy. It's really easy. So now I'm gonna work on trying to get this loosened up to get that out, that ignition out. You can't get the ignition out without taking the tumbler, the key out, because I'll show you. You can see that there's a lip on this tumbler, and so on the inside, on the outside right here, this nut retainer nut, this is what this is. You can see that there's another lip, so this won't be able to come screw out with that key still in it. So you gotta be able to get that out. So that's how you get that out. And now I do believe that, I gotta look up in here, make sure, but I do believe this is just gonna screw right out. Okay, so I was misleading you a little bit. The base of this is gonna push in and then turn to the passenger side, twist to the passenger side, and then it comes loose. I'm gonna try to get this camera set up so that you can see me, since I have the dash taken out. Hopefully I can get it to where you can see. This is the outer piece, so I'm just gonna press in and twist, and that comes, and twist just a little more, and then that comes off. So that's where I was. So see, there's a spring that pushes in. Let me get this pulled down, pulled off, and then I'll show you more detailed. Okay, so there it is, got it out. So I just gotta get this nut off, and I think that'll twist, and then take that back piece off with the wires. I think I have to pick that up so that I don't lose it. That spring gonna come off. Let's see. We got that door keeps, oh, hold on. The door keeps wanting to bang against me. I'm assuming that this is gonna pop off. No, without a little persuasion, apparently. Well, I'd ask you guys how to get that off of there, but by the time you get back to me, I'll have it figured out. Maybe. I think that's just a plug. I might need something other than this. Yeah, I need to get something different than this. I say that, then I just keep working at it. Making me nervous. I'm gonna scare myself with this thing. I might be making you nervous too. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Three wires. And that is the plug. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to figure out how I'm going to get these wires and whatever arrangement they need to be to hook up to those three. So that's my homework, is to try to get that figured out. Excuse me, drinking a soda. So I did mention that my dad had told me that a guy could go to an auto electric and get the schematics for the electric for that specific car. I have not done that yet. So this is probably the point at which I'm going to do that. Obviously that's not going to happen in this video. But now and I'm at that point though where I got to get that figured out. And I did look online a little bit to see if I could find something just to try to make things easy. And I did not. I found some stuff that seemed like it was going to be promising, but the wires are different. They're different colors, and so it's just not going to be the wise move to go. So I'm going to need to get a hold of something more substantial that tells me more specifically which wire is what. So anyway, that was just a little how to get that off, I guess. And I'll probably get over to this other side and see about this ground that I see and look some more of this wiring over to figure out if there's any more grounds floating in that. And then I still haven't hooked up the wires to the wipers, the wiper motor. So anyway, this is a mess of wires, you know. And if you're doing this, if you're trying to do this, just take, you know, take your time. I'm taking my time, but it's not like I'm taking my time in regards to, you know, I'm just meticulously going through. I've just had a hard time getting motivated since I got this harness in the truck. It's just, I've just kind of fell off a little bit. And I know that once I get past this, once I get this wiring dealt with and I'm over that, I know that I'm going to start getting more motivated in this and trying to get more involved. Work a little harder to get this project finished up. So bear with me on that. Right now I'm just really having a hard time staying motivated on this wiring. And if you've done this before, then you'd understand. I think, I don't know. Alright, anyway, and it might be a little bit easier if it wasn't so cold. Things are getting colder and it's just hard to get, it's hard to want to get out of the house and come out and, alright. Let me get turned around here. We get to the other side. I'll show you, I'll see if you guys can see the wires I'm talking about. Right there. There's a couple ends there. I believe those are grounds. Odd thing about this Crown Vic wiring harness is like these, this was a grounds. These were all grounds for something. And I don't know for sure whether I still need, but I'm going to ground them just to make sure. And then I'm going to ground that one that you saw over there, and then I'll look around and make sure that I don't have more floating around somewhere. So, and I got that wiper motor that I got to get plugged back in. So I'm on this passenger side and I was hunting for a place to put some grounds. I stuck this one right here just with a self tapper. That'll just get it so that I got it grounded. Anyway, that ground is just temporary. I just put a self tapper in where I know I got good metal, but I am going to, when I get the heater put back in, I'm gonna have some bolts there that hold the heater into the dash, so I'll have a place nearby to get that hooked up to later. And then I've got this one here, and so what I think I'm going to do with that is I think I'm going to hook it right, I don't know if you can see it right there with the seat. So I'm going to get that seat bolt out and ground that one to that seat. Obviously I'm going to be coming back through this. I just found another big cluster of grounds that I'll put with that one also. So got a bunch here too, and I think I'll turn those loose right there, and then I can get those pulled with these, that same spot on that seat. And then I think I should be pretty good with grounds. So, and then some of those grounds will be probably fairly temporary. Alright, I got those grounds taken care of, basically temporarily. You know, like I said, that one is gonna wind up moving. But if I try to get this thing started, at least I've got those grounds grounded to try to start it. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this guy right now, just because I've looked at it I don't know how many times. Maybe I'm gonna take care of it. There we go. I don't think it went underneath anything like that originally, but it's going to now, just because I'd like to try to hide it. But I don't know really why I'm trying to hide it right now, because I'm going to wind up pulling this motor again anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I feel like, right now, I've just spent more time going back and forth trying to get stuff than I have actually doing anything. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, but that's where I'm at right now. That's okay. I'm pretty much gonna do this, and then that's gonna be it for me for this week. Not a whole lot getting done. There we go. Make sure I turn that little flashlight off. I think I forgot to turn that flashlight off, and I just had to replace the batteries on it, because I think that I left it on. So, where to get this? At any rate, I'm gonna call that good for me today. I think that it's a little bit ahead of what I was, and so I'm okay with that. Progress. Not much progress, but it's progress. And I need to take some time and look over this mower and try to figure out what I'm going to do exactly with it. I don't think I'm going to mess with the motor or anything. I'm going to leave it so that, because it runs. But I want to get it lowered down, make it cool looking, make it look like a go-kart and not like a riding lawnmower. So there's that, and then I bought some parts for that oil burning heater. But there's some more stuff that I need to get for that before I can start that project. So those two projects I'm still working on getting ready for them. So for now, I will still be working on the 61. It hasn't gotten terribly cold yet. So my focus really is trying to figure out, get all the parts that I need for making this oil burning heater and get that going so I can heat this shop. But anyway, hopefully I'll have that truck to where I can try to start it up and see what happens. I'm really close to that. Like you saw, I gotta get the ignition wires figured out and get those wired to that 61 switch, and I got the ground that goes from the battery up to the motor. I tried to extend that, and I'm still short, so I got to get a line for that and put that on. And I think those two things is all I need to get done, and then I'll be ready to try to start that truck. So hopefully that's something I can get done this week, get those done this week, and then possibly next week that'll be a video of us trying to get that truck started. That'd be cool. It's been a while since I said I was gonna try to get it started. So anyway, I think that probably brings us up to speed. This will be a relatively short video this week, but that's okay. Again, as always, thank you for watching. I very much appreciate everybody's support and watching. If you have any suggestions on what I'm doing or the projects I'm doing, leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think, or just whatever. If you got something, let me know. Let's talk about it. So until next week, have a blessed week, and remember that Jesus loves you.